this lesson, I'm going to go behind the scenes and show you how I configure AppointmentCore and Infusionsoft to provide the experience that I've shown you in the previous couple of videos. So inside of AppointmentCore, there are things called booking links, and these are links that you configure, and they're the ones that allow people access to your calendar. Now, I've created two of these, and they're identical except for one thing. This one at the bottom, and I wish I could name them something different, but these names actually show up in the pages that people see. For example, if I had named it number 1 and 2 or something, the 1, whatever name I put in there, is seen by the client. So this one at the bottom is the one that can be used by an Infusionsoft email, so that the information from Infusionsoft fills the name fields, the email field, and the phone field. This one here is a standalone link, for lack of a better word, and that will prompt the user for the first name, last name, and the email, and their phone number. But both of them connect with Infusionsoft and notify both the calendar owner and the person scheduling the appointment exactly the same way. So I'm going to enter here using this edit and go over the different tabs. So this is a description. This description appears in several places. This is the confirmation page that people see when they request a meeting. And so that shows up right there, verbatim, word for word. I set this to custom meeting instructions. There's no reason to change this unless you're interested in setting up a call using either GoToMeeting or WebEx or Zoom. So it does support these three types of meetings, so that you can automatically generate a conference link, and that's what will be sent to the person requesting the meeting, so that the call can happen that way. If you have they have a free conference call line that you can use, or you can use some customs. And we're using custom because the protocol we're using is that the person who owns the calendar is going to be calling the person setting up the appointment using the phone number that they enter. This here allows you to put multiple people inside of the on the owner side, so that you can have, let's say, 2 or 3 people's calendars, and AppointmentCore will display the available spots on those persons' calendars, and then the person whose calendar was selected is the one that's going to be notified. We won't get into that. This the way I have it set up, it's only set up for one person. It's me, which is the person who's logged in. So I'm going to continue to the next step. I won't go into this. There's a lot of different options. We're setting up a 30-minute meeting. We're only allowing people to put appointments out here 2 days out, so they can't schedule a meeting later today or tomorrow. It just doesn't give me enough time to prepare. And then we just want to keep people from scheduling things out too many weeks into the future. This is an option that allows you to look busy, so that if you have a calendar, a day on your calendar that has nothing on it, you don't want AppointmentCore to show 8, 12 different open slots on your calendar, because it makes it look like you have nothing to do. We'll keep on going. And then this is how we've limited the calendar. So we're only going to allow the calendar meetings to be made Monday morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then no meetings on Friday. In this case, this person is busy doing consulting work on Friday, and they don't want meetings to be scheduled there. This gets coordinated with your Google Calendar, and it will make sure that you never double book your time. So I'm going to go to the next page. This is the page that really has the information that's valuable to us as an Infusionsoft person. So this, by saying it's an existing contact, what we're saying is that they're already in Infusionsoft. If I had set this for a new contact, and this is the way it is on the other link, I say, look, I want the person to give me first name and email, which are required, last name, and a phone number. So those are the fields that are displayed in the regular link that is not used with Infusionsoft for people that are just going straight to my booking link. Let's see here. So I turn off all communication from AppointmentCore to the customer. We're going to take care of all that communication using Infusionsoft. I do want AppointmentCore to communicate with the internal team member or the calendar owner. So that's why I do not check this off. And that's why in the previous video you see that the calendar owner was notified immediately when an appointment was set, so that they know that there's a new calendar appointment set on their calendar. Now, here is how we integrate with Infusionsoft. So apply these tags to the contact when they create an appointment. So here is the tag, it's schedule a 30-minute call using AppointmentCore. Now there are other things that we could set here under additionals. I've chosen not to do that, but you can tag the contact if they cancel, if they click to reschedule an appointment. Now I have decided to add information to the calendar, and this enables me to merge some of the information from AppointmentCore into the emails I send out to the person setting up the appointment. For example, I could say, hey, the meeting is on this date and at this time, and what I do use is it will save all the detail information. So it'll save something that looks like this from here to here into an Infusionsoft custom field, so that you can merge it on the confirmation email that goes out. So this is how the connection happens with Infusionsoft. And then this link right here with the contact ID being passed is what goes into the messages that I'll show you in a moment. Now I'm just going to show you one more thing. So notice that this one here has a contact ID. But when I go to the other booking link, and this is the first of the two, this one has a different looking link. So this one does not have that. There is no contact ID. And on the previous page, I set it up with require a form. Now this here is the link that I add to the email signature, so that if someone just wants to, out of nowhere, schedule time with me, they can use that link. So now let's go into Infusionsoft, and there's two campaigns that we've configured. The first one is kind of obvious. This is the one that underpins the Contact Us form on the website. So this form here is the one that connects to either this form or this pop-up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields. Those are taken by this form. Now, so when someone fills out the form, what is it that happens? We apply a tag. This is just so that we know the person filled out the form. There's nothing particular in here except that later I can do a search for everybody that has that. And now we send them out the initial email. Now this email is saying, hey, someone's going to get right back to you. They did fill out a Contact Us form. We're just acknowledging that. And then we schedule time via this link. So if you look in here, you'll see that this is the link that we got right out of the booking link that's used with Infusionsoft. So in case you don't believe me, I'll go right in here and go to the AppointmentCore link that goes with this one here. And that's that link right there. So you can see they're exactly the same. So we send this out. Now this message goes out immediately. Most people are going to understand that that is an automated email that goes out. Now what I also recommend you do is that you put a wait for 45 minutes, and you have a wait that only happens on weekdays. What I try to do is send out a second email about 45 minutes later, and only during typical work hours. I write this email with a different signature, and my goal here is to make it sound like a real person actually noticed that they filled out the form and then they're reaching out to them. It's a little friendlier, it sounds more natural. So we wait 45 minutes and then we set this tag. Now this tag starts the second campaign. So that tag that I just showed you, 45 minutes after you fill out the form and only during typical working hours, starts this sequence. And so this email here, unlike the other one that has the bigger signature, just uses a very simple signature. I almost want this to look like, hey, I just sent this off of my phone or something, although this does have a button. I guess I could have made this a regular link, but again, I don't want to go overboard with that. But the whole point is, hey, I saw that you filled out the form. We'll take a look at that right away. If you'd like to set up a time to meet with me, schedule a call using the link below. I'd be happy to speak with you and see how we can work with you. So, and then this is the link, and again, this is that link that has the contact ID in it. What we do next is we wait 2 days, we send out another email. This one does have the bigger signature. We just vary this a little bit. We don't use the same subject line. We don't want it to be seen as the exact same email 3 times. So we keep this going as long as the person does not schedule the appointment. The minute they schedule the appointment, this tag is going to be applied, and then this is what sends out the confirmation. I'll go into that in a moment. Now, I do want you to point out that I have configured this so that any contact can fill out that form. I want it to be any contact, because if they're using the booking link that can be added to your signature, for example, I want this to fire. The Contact Us form is a 2-step. They sign up first and then we get them the link. And then we put them in this nurture sequence. So this will stop this. But if I don't make this an any contact, then you couldn't just enter automatically in here when someone fills out the booking link directly, which is the first of the 2 booking links. This one here. Okay, so someone does book a call, and what am I going to do? Now this is just turning off the trigger tag because we don't want the trigger tag to be just sitting around. And so I've got this confirmation. Now, we created some fields in AppointmentCore that AppointmentCore fills in for. So they're custom fields in Infusionsoft. And this right here sends out some information. I'll show you exactly how that looks in a moment. And then we also confirm the phone number. They filled out the Contact Us form and inserted a phone number. This gives them an opportunity to think, hold on, am I going to be at that phone number at that time? Because maybe they're traveling, or maybe they prefer to use a landline instead of their mobile number. So we give them a chance to confirm that just in case. So there's the end of that campaign. And then if they come up and they immediately sign up for a meeting right after they fill out the Contact Us form, the second and the third reminder, and even the 45-minute reminder, will never go out, because setting this tag right here stops that from happening. So one more thing I want to show you. What does that confirmation email look like? Well, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at the contact record. This is the last the last appointment I use for my testing. And if I look under the campaigns, you can see that the confirmation that goes out looks like this. So this is information that is entered into a custom field by AppointmentCore. So all the information, here's the appointment, here's the time, Here's that message that we grabbed from that first tab in AppointmentCore. And then this is a link that gives them an opportunity to reschedule the call if they need to. You see that we do a mail merge on the phone number. So this is all pretty nicely organized. The custom fields are here. This is a AppointmentCore contact ID. We don't really use that. Here's a field with the date. Here's a text field with the time. And then here's the field with that information that we add to the merge. So that's how you configure the campaign in AppointmentCore to support the sequences that I was describing.